Hi everyone, my name is Caitlin from Sip and Dip Australia, and today I'm going to be walking you through this virtual Sip and Dip Learn to Paint class. Please keep in mind this video will obviously go a lot quicker than what it will take for you to paint this piece, so just pause and restart wherever you need to. So for today's piece we're going to start with the background and we're going to start with our light blue. We want to start by making this arch shape in the center of our painting, and then above this arch shape is where we're going to fill in with our light blue paint. Once we have all of that light blue in, we're going to grab our white and create a circle in that arch shape. And we're going to keep working this white around in that circle motion, like I'm doing here, and slowly blend that into our light blue. If you're finding that it's not blending as nicely as you would like it to, just add a little bit of water to your paintbrush. Once you are happy with how that's looking, we're going to take a little bit more white and just add a couple of these lines around that arch shape and blend that through as well. Alrighty, now we're going to get started with our grass. So just wipe off your brush here and we're going to grab our dark green. If you don't have dark green, grab your light green and just add a teeny tiny little bit of black. So we're going to start by doing the first layer of our grass, which is going to overlap that blue a little bit. For the grass, we just want to flick our paintbrushes up into that line motion, and we want to push down a little bit harder at the bottom, and then as we flick up, lift our brushes up a little bit so it's a little bit thinner at the top. We just want to keep going over this grass section until it is nice and thick and we can't see any white poking through where our green is. Then we're going to take that green and add a little bit of white so it's lighter, and we're going to do the exact same thing but on a second row of grass. And you guessed it, now that that second row is nice and full, we're going to add a tiny bit more white again, make our grass a little bit lighter, and do that final row down the bottom. Now I do actually make lighter grass again and add that again to the bottom because I found that my third layer wasn't light enough. But once you're happy with that, we're going to take that green and we're going to create the two long pieces of grass that our ladybugs are sitting on. So I'm simply putting some green on my paintbrush and just starting at the bottom and creating these spirals. You do want one of the spirals, it doesn't matter which side, to be a little bit higher than the other. Once you're happy with those, we're going to start with our ladybugs. So you want to wash off your brush and start with some red. And we are creating the body of the ladybug. So just this curved half oval shape you can see here. We're going to do one on the top of one piece of grass and one around the center of the second piece of grass. And then you're just going to fill in those shapes. Sorry, I have my giant head in the way there, but I tried to crop it so you could see a little bit better. Now, I had to do the process of filling in my ladybug a couple of times because I did not let my background dry. I barely let it dry at all. So it is important that you give your background a chance to dry before you pop this red on. But when you have given it a chance to dry, you're going to fill it in with the red, and then we're going to go ahead and add the ladybug's head, spots, and antennae. So for the head of our ladybug, we're simply going to do a black circle. Start small and then build it up so that you don't put one on that's too big. Then I put my giant head in the way again, but after this we're going to outline the body of our ladybug with black, and we're going to add our spots. So for those spots we want a couple of bigger ones in the middle, and then we want a couple of half-sized spots that kind of go towards the edge of our ladybug. We don't want to add too many spots because we want to make sure we can see plenty of that red. Okay, so now we're going to add in the antennae of the ladybugs, and they're just going to be two swirl shapes very similar to the grass towards the front. And once you're happy with that, you are done. Thank you so much for joining me for today's virtual art class. Don't forget to post all of your creations on our social media. We love seeing your pieces, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.